So, good evening and welcome to our V8 pre-World Final interviews. We're nearing this year's World Final at the Odsal Stadium in Bradford, and joining me tonight, I have our world champion from the previous World Championships, Olly Spencer. You've gained plenty of points to earn your place on that World Final grid again this year. So, good evening to you, Olly.
Good evening. You okay?
Yes, good, thank you.
Good.
So, you've had, like I said, you've had some good results so far this year. What do you think has been the main contributing factor for that?
We've had a few good results. We've spent a bit more time in the garage than normal because we haven't been on holiday as much. So I think everyone knows I like to go on holiday and live the high life a little bit. So to be honest, we've just been spending more time in the garage and that sort of thing. Obviously, it's a family sport, so I've got to thank my family for everything they do for me and all my friends what they do for me. None of this would be possible without them, really. So
Yeah,
it's not me. It's all down to them.
I think you've got to take some credit for that as well, though, haven't you? You're the one that's out there on the track racing, so
Yeah.
you can't.
Been keen enough. We've been, we've been there and there about second in the European and got a few championships under our belt. My brother keeps beating me, which I'm not very happy about.
Yeah, you didn't look very happy at Birmingham on Saturday, to be fair.
I used to beat him, but he got away the little bugger. So we'll see if we can catch him next week.
So, as defending world champion, do you feel under more pressure to try and retain that title?
Absolutely not. No, I don't feel any pressure at all. I've won it once. It was a magical day. Everyone was there. All my family were there. This time there won't be. My granddad's not very well, so it's not going to be
Right.
as special if we do win it. But I'd love to take the trophy home to him all the same. I think that it's going to be a difficult race. I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be 100% ready.
Yeah.
The start's going to be absolutely crucial, in my opinion. Absolutely crucial.
Yeah, it's quite a grid at that front there, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
so I mean, there seems to have been, I have to ask, there seems to have been quite some rivalry between you and John Brown throughout this season. How do you feel that's going to play out on the track?
I'm going to be totally honest. John's tried to up his game. He's driving above his standard, in my opinion. I don't think he's driving. Um, he's a superstar, but I think he's driving above his capability at times. He's trying things and bashing people about that he's got to be very, very careful of because he'll get it back tenfold if he carries on. Um,
Yeah, it's
that,
tricky,
that's
isn't it? You pushing yourself.
from a range of drivers. I mean, I like John. We get on.
Yeah.
He's a family man. He's got his family there, which is great. I think that's what the sport's all about, and I respect him for having a go. But sometimes you've got to be very, very careful who you pick your battles with. And
Yeah.
he's out with everyone at the minute. So
I mean, I think, sometimes heat of the moment and things, but it's good that it does stay on the track, it doesn't come further, isn't it? So
that's
that's
what it's.
excellent.
I'd like to keep on the track. I'm not a very political person, to
Yeah,
be honest. Yeah, let's keep it on the track. Let's have a dabble. I'm ready if he is. So I'll look forward to getting involved. Definitely.
yeah. So Kev being on pole position, do you think he'll be difficult to beat?
Kev's always quick, isn't he? He's Mr. Consistent.
Yeah,
I'll get on with Kev. Great. If I didn't win it, I wouldn't mind if Kev won it. I wouldn't mind if Steve won it. I wouldn't mind it. If John's quick enough, I don't mind if John wins it. Whoever's quick enough
yeah,
in the day, fair enough. But I'll tell you what, none of them are going to have it easy. Kevin,
no,
Steve, John, my brother, Guy, whoever's trying to get to that front, if they're going to try and pass me, that they're going to have to work for it. I'm not going to give it up easy. So
so yeah, really up for that, getting
I'll
that world final again.
prove some marker, and it's gonna try and stay there. So.
Yeah. Are there any drivers you'd consider as a wild card this year?
Uh, I think everyone's pretty quick, aren't they? If it was on tarmac, we'd all be talking about Cami Durrell, I think, because
Yeah,
she's been doing wonders in that car of hers. I mean, she's not an experienced driver, but she's driving fantastically at the minute on tarmac. So, you know, if she gets it together on shale, she could be top three. But I think everyone's, in my personal opinion, I think Guy Jolly's going to do well.
yeah. I think, I mean, I've been speaking to a few of the drivers this year, and I've noticed that the standard of cars this year, the speed that what they're going, do you think that that's improved quite a lot from last season?
I do, yeah, I do. I think everyone's up in the game. I think we all had that time in the garage, didn't we? That little virus that we're all talking about, and you know, I think we had a lot of time to get the cars back somewhere near. Don't seem to be many new drivers coming out, but the drivers that we've got have all got a decent kit, and
Yeah.
even some drivers that are coming through the sport. That's what it's all about. You need them drivers to come in and do well and that sort of thing. So, but another outside, I think my brother could be well up there. He was quick
Yeah.
there and there, well on pace with me. I mean, I broke my front disc. I wowed him really hard. I sent him into the VIP stand. So
Yes, I was watching that. I don't think he was too happy with you about that one, was he?
quite ride home. It was nice. It was nice and quiet. So
Not much talk in the last few meetings then.
another trophy at him and said, "Come on, we're friends." He's an outsider. To be honest with you, yeah, he'll be an outsider.
So you've raced at Bradford already. You've had a couple of races there a couple of meetings there this season. Do you think that that's going to give you a better chance than other drivers with the experience of the track, those that haven't actually raced there? Because it is a tricky track to get your head round, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I think we've got I can't do this interview without mentioning one name, which is Mr. Robson. He's been in flat out, and Russell Andrews. They're both working flat out with the track to get it better. The track's got a lot more grip. The Formula One boys are going to enjoy it because as soon as you put your foot down, it goes forward, not sideways, not left, not right. It goes forward, and you got full forward momentum coming out them bends. It's a dream to drive really, but it's dead bumpy at the minute. It's a little bit like the old Stoke, so it's not a track to drive. So I think again the start's going to be crucial, but then it's going to be a matter of getting some good laps in and settling down into the race and finding out what the track's all about. The track's getting better. That's all I can say. The track's getting better. It wasn't great to start with, but Steve's put some time in, and hopefully he's going to put some more time in and get it right for our big race. So,
I mean, people talking about the track at Bradford, people and drivers have said, I mean, from the perspective of, your viewers and the crowd, it looks quite a wide track, but talking to the drivers out there, there's not much space on there to pass, is there? So do you think that the person that gets in that pole early on has got, a really good chance of just sticking out there?
Yeah, so way, but you've got to get through traffic. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and brag, but I'm good in traffic. If someone's in front of me, I know how to pass them, and I think that's where I think if I get to the front, I'll be well away. I was like at Skegness a couple of years ago when I was fortunate enough to win it. So I think either way, the track's tight. The track is tight. There's no way from that. You're going right to the fence, you're going right down tight. And if someone's on the outside, you've got to slow down. And if someone's behind you and they don't have to slow down, straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any, with driving at Bradford and through this season, is there any specific things that you've had to sort out specification wise with the car to get it up to standard for Brad again?
I think gears was massive. Gearing would be massive. If the track's damp and it's slippy, you're gonna have to get the gearing absolutely perfect. If it's a little bit dusty, if it's a little bit dry, you're gonna have to get the gearing perfect. And I think there's going to be a few drivers out there that are still unsure. We're all still working the track out a little bit. I think a few drivers have got it right at the minute. I don't think I've personally got the pace around there at the minute. Don't think I've found the pace. I know last time I won heat and final around there, but don't mean to say I was the fastest car by any means. I'm still not happy with the car the way it is. But it's in the garage now. It's getting stripped down, and I'm going to go again. And if I get a chance to, I'll give it a run and see what we can do. So
yeah.
But I think the specifications of the car, you have to change them for every meeting. If you're dedicated, you got to put the work in. So, and I'll put it all in. So
being the current world champion, then are you aiming to win multi championships this year? Then, Olly?
yeah. It's funny you say that. Because I was talking to a few lads today, and they said like, "How are you getting on?" And one thing and another. I says, "Yeah, it's on. I've got 3 major championships to get. My brother, fortunately enough, won one. at the European, and I come second. I don't know if he told you that because he's bragging to everyone, but
No, to be fair, he didn't. No.
but I'll be keen enough to get the other three. You know, I'm near enough within a couple of points. You know, a good meeting or a bad meeting or whatever. Mr. Consistent, Kev's always there, and Steve ain't far behind him, and John Brown's still knocking on the door, and we're all there. And I hope that the formula can have an absolute last three meetings where we're all, come on, let's gloves off, let's have it. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it. So for the points for the world, I think the world's going to be massive. You know, in my opinion, I don't think it's a good thing that we get that many points for one race because it sort of settles the whoever's going to win the points up. Getting one great meeting, 75 points from one race, it's a lot of points to try and make someone. I'll be keen enough to win them all three. I'll be keen enough for the British as well. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's some good racing ahead for this season, isn't there? Still to come, you know.
But potentially, it's one that the treble's on, isn't it? So, you know, and this year you've got my brother European, you've got me gold, Steve British, and Kev silver. What more can you ask for from a formula? You've got 4 different champions, and we're all at the top of the sport. So,
I mean, we were talking earlier about, you know, some of the newer drivers this year that are coming through, but there's a few that I think have also been around it for a little while, but seem to have got their cars sorted and really coming through. I'm looking at, you know, like Stephen Young, who's, you know, shell car. He seems to be flying at the minute on that, you know, considering he's not a shell driver.
Steve's driver. He's getting better week in, week out. At Birmingham, he gave me an absolute run for my money. And it only took a slice of luck for me to beat him. It could have gone the other way. I could have been up the fence and I could have been third or fourth, whatever he got, and I respect him for that. But there's one person that I will say that's coming on, and it's Brian Andrews. I've raced Brian since I started. I've always got on my Brian. I've got a lot of respect for him, and he is always there or thereabouts. And I tell you what a spectacle for him to win it. If he went on to win at Bradford, I think everyone would say, you know what, that's well deserved. He's done it so many years. So yeah, I think Brian say, you know, I know he's not a new driver, but he's always there or thereabouts.
I think as well, you know, you've got the likes of Amy Jager out there as well at the moment, who seems to be doing really well. I think, you know, a lot for her. It would do her world of good as well, getting up there. And she's one to watch as well, isn't she? Coming through on that show. The car seems to be going really well for her.
Yeah. I don't think you can rule anyone. I genuinely don't think you can rule anyone out. I mean, the grades have been a little bit funny this year. The point systems isn't in a great shape. You're getting drivers from yellow and blue that shouldn't be there. So they're going to struggle. But people like Declan Gwynn never write Deck off or never write Darren off.
Yeah.
If us front fall out, it's going to be a long race, and it is really a long race.
So do you think, on that note, seeing as you know there's so much pressure from coming behind, that you 4 at the front there have really got to, you know, keep yourselves out of trouble as much as, you know, you can, and just try and keep out of it and get away, because they'll be on you straight away, won't they? Those, you know, they're not far behind you there, are they?
Well, you know, Terry, I don't really keep out of trouble very often, so I'm not going to start now.
Well, it might be a first.
I'm causing it, or I'm in the middle of it.
So I mean,
one note I will say, I hope everyone comes out of the race safe, because what happened to Kevin, that wasn't funny.
No.
I love a laugh, I love a joke and everything else, but that was not funny. Whatever happened, I know I don't want to say what John did or what Kev did or whatever, but I could not react quick enough to stop that car being completely...
No, you can, you know, that's, you know, I mean, I think that's just down to a racing incident. Yeah, at the end of the day, there's nothing you could have done of that, you know, because it is close contact sport, isn't it? At the end of the day, you know, accidents do happen, and thankfully, you know, we've got really good, safe cars out there, which, you know, I think is the paramount, isn't it? You know, and I think the thing is, everybody, you know, looks out for each other after, and everybody's got to go to work the next day, haven't they? So you know, that's the all important thing.
Said to Kevin is, I'm really sorry, I genuinely couldn't do anything. I've got to get at home, come and get it, put your bits on it and race it, because that's the sort of person I am. I never want anyone. I'm all up for a battle. You know, I'm all in, and I'm in. But
it is, and I think that's one thing that's great about the V8s. Everybody does pull together. If somebody's car, has got a problem, we've had it in the pits.
yeah,
We've been talking in the pits before, and there's been a problem. Heads get together. Everybody tries and helps each other out to get out there and have a good race, because it makes it possible to have such a good fun race, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. But may the best man or woman win. That's what I'll say.
Definitely. So, I mean, just on a final note, I'd just like to know, what would winning that final mean to you again? To win 2 times in a row would be, for you.
Well, it would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to me. I've done it once. I'll never forget it. But having that ×2 on the wing is something that I won't be shying away from. I'm gonna really go for it. And
So
like
do
I
you
say,
think there'll be more gold paint all over that car then?
oh, I hope so. I might go full Chris Brayshaw. Yeah, it was full time. I shouldn't even mention his name. He was that good. But I would love to paint the whole car gold, full glitter gold, sign FX all over it. Yeah, let's have.
Well, I look forward to seeing it sparkling around then.
That's it. Oh, we all got all in full gold. We're having a party. The lot. We're having it all in.
Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I wish you the very best of luck for Bradford, and I hope it goes well for you. Thanks for your time, Ollie.
Thank you, Jordan. You're always good looking.
Cheers. Bye bye.